All right. So as I was saying, yes, I mean angels can appear. You can see them, and then there are other angels that you can't see in that same realm, but they're there. So anyway, when we got to the elevator, they disappeared, but they were still there. And yeah, and I went to go and take care of that thing that I needed to go and take care of. And yeah, they were with me the entire time, the entire night. And I got back home at around 12:30. And no, I left home at around 10:30, and I got back home. I was home by 12:30. Yep. So that's what I'm saying. Like, make sure that just because you can't see, some of you may not be able to see angels yet, because everybody has the ability to see angels. It's just like you have to just develop your relationship with God. Okay. Um. Yes. So you may not be able to see angels. For some of you who are listening to this who cannot see your angels right now, just know that, believe me, they're there. They are there. Okay. And they come in different sizes. The angels that I started seeing, the first angels that I started seeing were, this was about 6 years ago, and these ones were 9 feet tall. And then right after these angels, I started seeing angels that were 10 feet tall. And then after that, I started seeing them that were 12 feet tall. And then, but the 12 feet tall ones are the ones that I always see. They're always 12 feet tall. Well, these are the ones that I normally see are the ones that are 12 feet tall. And then I saw, when did I see the tallest one that I've seen? Well, I've seen two tallest ones so far. I think this was in, when was it? In 2018. It was either 2017 or 2018. Probably 2018. I saw one 30 feet tall. And then I saw another one. The tallest one that I've seen so far was 50 feet tall. And then there are other ones that I know that are really, really huge, but I haven't seen them yet. And then there are tiny, tiny ones that I have not seen either yet. I mean, I haven't seen them yet. I know because of some of the prophets, they speak about it, right? And, oh, excuse me. Somebody's burning. I think they have a fire pit going because I can smell it. Oh, what's that? Oh, what's that? Okay, it's just a chimney. Somebody's chimney is going. I can see it on my right. Yeah, but it's normally a fire pit. Whenever I smell that wood smell and I start coughing, it's a fire pit, somebody. And I've seen it sometimes. And so anyway, yeah, so some of the prophets, like Bruce Allen, he was it Bruce Allen, or was it my other favorite prophet, Bobby Connor? One of the two was explaining that they've seen angels that are, I think it was Bruce Allen. They are so tiny, they look like fireflies, sort of. Something like that, and like just little tiny lights. Yeah, and then my other favorite prophet, Sadhu, Sundar, Selvaraj, he's seen angels that are taller than the earth, and they reach like from here all the way up to the sun. And he says there are even bigger ones than that. So, yeah. And you know what, guys? Sometimes I've seen angels. This doesn't make any sense, okay? Okay, so the angels that I've seen, I'll tell you about the two angels that I saw, the biggest ones, the 30 feet tall and the 50 feet tall. The 30 feet tall one appeared in my room. And he was able to fit in my room, but he was also able to stand upright at his 30 feet tall height. That doesn't make any sense, but that's just what I saw. And I saw the same thing with the 50 feet tall one. And Prophet Sadhu said, one time I was watching one of his videos, and he said that in the spirit you will see things that don't make sense. When you see them, you see what you see, But when you try to explain it to people, it doesn't make sense. Like, for example, I just said that I saw an angel that was 30 feet tall and one that was 50 feet tall. They appeared in my room at separate times, but they were able to stand upright in my room, fit in my room, but at the same time, they were still 30 feet and 50 feet tall. Do you see how that doesn't make any sense? And I don't know how else to explain this to you. Okay, so that, once you learn how to see in the spirit, you will see things that they're not supposed to make sense, but because it's not natural, it's supernatural, it does make sense. Because everything that is above what is natural, there is a unlimited there's an unlimited existence of things that just don't make any sense to our natural eyes. Okay, so that's what it is like to when you see things that are invisible. Yeah, because I will still see angels in my room. I will still see angels in my room that they're not supposed to fit in your home because they're so huge, but they still fit in there. And guys, sometimes I will see angels where I just do not know how tall they are. Most of the times I have an instant knowing of how tall they are, but sometimes I'm not told how tall they are. I can just see them. Like, for example, if I see an angel that is maybe 45 feet tall, okay, he will be in my room. But at the time, I will not be able to tell his height. All I know is that he is a gigantic being. But I don't know his height. I don't know the number. And guys, when people tell you that they see angels, make sure that you remember that they do not have bodies like people. They have, okay, they look like people, okay? They look like people. But they don't have, like, for example, an angel that is 12 feet tall is not going to look like a tall, lanky, skinny person at 12 feet tall. 12 feet tall, no, they are going to be massive. They're going to be very bulky, very like, a 12 feet tall giant is going to have enormous, giant, long arms and big, thick arms and legs and a huge torso and a humongous head and a big neck and just a hugeness about him. Do you understand? Like that. And so are the 9 feet tall ones. They're huge. You know? And guys, as my relationship with the Lord grows, I continue to learn more and more about these things that they show me, that God shows me, things that I can see. You know, so yeah, a lot of things that I don't understand, but I don't have a question. Most of the times I don't have a questions for why I can see the things, why I am seeing a certain thing in the spirit that wouldn't make sense in the natural. I don't have questions. You just accept them. Because you can see them, you accept them. You don't say to yourself, that's so weird, look at that, I didn't know that could be. No, it's as normal to you as breathing. That happens to everybody who can see in things that our natural eyes can't see. It's just as normal as breathing. When I was 5 years old, I'm from Ecuador, and when I was 5 years old, my parents brought my brothers and myself to Canada. And we had to take a plane from Ecuador to Miami, and then from Miami to Toronto. And I don't remember at which point we saw this. I saw this, but when we were on the plane, either the one that was from Ecuador to Miami or from Miami to Toronto, I'm guessing it was the one from Miami to Toronto. I was sitting on, at that time they allowed children to have their own seats. So my brother and myself were sitting side by side, and I was sitting on the window side, and I was looking out the window, and suddenly I saw 3 men standing huddled together in a circle, very, very close together. Like, it's like their heads were all bowed. They were standing in a circle, huddled together, and they were all looking down, and their heads were like sort of almost touching, you know what I'm saying, like in a circle, and they were just looking down. And then I said to my brother, hey, look at those 3 men on the cloud. So then my brother went, where? And by the time he lunged over, to see out the outside of the window, the plane, the plane's passes is going at a high rate of speed. The plane had already passed, so my brother couldn't see the angels. And even today, sometimes I will ask him, I said, hey, do you still remember what I told you about those 3 men that I saw on the cloud? And he says, oh yeah. He was 4. He says, I remember. So I've been asking God, what was that? I have no idea what that was. I had always put it in my head that they were my mother's brothers, because my mother had 4 brothers and they all passed away. So she was the only child that was left. And so I've been asking God, as of recently, what was it that I saw? Because I never bothered asking him throughout my life. Never. I didn't know that I could, because I didn't understand that you could learn to hear God's voice. So I've been asking the Lord, and when he tells me, I will let you know, because I have no idea what that was. But that was the first time that I ever experienced seeing something in, like that. I don't know if my brother would have seen it, because what I saw, guys, I saw 3 men. I'm not talking about seeing something invisible. I'm talking about I saw 3 human beings standing on a cloud. 3. Okay, regular human beings. And they looked to be like in their 30s, and they all had dark hair. Between 27 and 33 years old. So I have no idea what that was all about. And my mother, even when I tell her, she says, yeah, I still remember that you said that you saw those 3 men. And she said, I said 3 men, 3 men. She said, Nancy, sometimes, we see things, the clouds become shapes. I said, no, that's not what I saw. What I saw were 3 human beings standing on a cloud. And she said, oh, okay, I see. Anyway, guys, I've got to get going, because I have to go feed my cat her thyroid pill. And yes, so anyways, guys, just make sure that you develop your strengths in the Lord, so that whatever attacks you're going through, you will be able to handle them. And at the point in time when you are so exhausted, just run to the Lord and say, Lord, I can't do this. I can't do it. And then just give it over to him. Giving it over to him once again means just trusting in him that he is going to just give you strength. Let go. Just let go. Don't be afraid, okay? Okay, guys, thank you so much for coming and for blessing me with listening to my videos. And I really appreciate you guys who subscribe to my channel. And please don't forget to share my channel and click on subscribe, and also on the bell, so that you will be notified for each time that I upload a video, okay? And look at that, it's gotten darker. And thank you so much. Los quiero a todo mundo. My mouth is numb because it's cold, and I think my tongue is getting numb because it's cold out here. And muchas gracias por venir. Thank you very much for coming. I love you all very much. Los quiero a todo mundo. Y a sus familias and your families. Y a sus mascotas and your pets. Y los quiero tanto, tanto, tanto. Y les mando besos y abrazos. I said I love you so, so, so much. And I send you hugs and kisses. And yes, hugs. That's what I said. Okay, guys. I love you. God bless you. Ciao, ciao.